Shilpa here. Welcome to this blog, The Myth of a Complete Case Part 2. Now last time I gave you a case which was taken in my student clinic as I was a supervisor, and I asked you a question: what would you do next? So if you are having a look at this blog for the first time, please refer to the case which was in my last blog, and we'll go from there. So based on that case, which was about arthritis in an elderly woman, the stage we elicited was stage 3. The reason being, she gave us some really good mind and body connection symptoms. So if you would have not gone further and we just relied on whatever information the student had collected at that stage from the existing repertorization, some keynotes at stage 2 and 3, Calcarp was the indicated remedy for us. But because I realized that she was ready for some fine-tuning questions, and because I was sort of watching the case and observing, and you get that third perspective which I spoke about in my last blog, I just realized she is ready for some fine-tuning at stage 3, and we might possibly be able to give her a much more accurate prescription. Yeah, so before I go on what to ask, let me tell you what not to ask. So I decided to go there because I wanted to improve the accuracy of my prescription. But I would not ask any further questions to go to a stage further, which is stage 4. Because obviously she was not at stage 4 at that point. So the key was to determine what were my entry questions and what was that point which would actually flow very well at stage 3. So let's look what could one possible entry point do without really going through a lot of questioning and a lot of fine-tuning. Yeah, so let's look at that. So for me, as most of you have put in the comments in my previous blog, it was this key about family. She spoke about being a grandmother. She spoke about being independent and not liking being dependent on her husband. She spoke about having a good marriage, wanting company. So everything was sort of subtly pointing towards this real sensitive issue about the family and also about a relationship. So the key for me was just about having her touch the point on what's family for you or something like that, and then see what's happening there. So the moment we touch upon family, she says, I love what they're doing. I love having my family over, a new baby, a new grandchild, and I'm so excited by my grandkids. I mind them, I forget how gorgeous they are. It's too busy when you have your own kids, but once you have your grandkids, you have all the time for them. So it's like it's different. You get time to spend with them. You get to watch them grow up. You get that pleasure with even with my nieces and nephews and their careers. I love just sort of trying to understand what's happening there. It's a different path. It's good fun. And I didn't have that burning desire to do anything for myself, but I love what they do in their lives. And then she mentions it's an effort to stick, because it's an effort to be a part of everyone's life, because she has obviously a big family, to be a backbone and have that stamina to keep up. So there is something about the energy. I don't think I would ever live by myself. I don't think I'll ever be lonely. I hate being lonely. So my family is my strength. Especially my close family, to fall back on. They give me confidence. I can talk with them. I can turn to my brother or sister. We are very close. We bounce ideas. And my sister, she understands the situation. My husband is quite good too. So now you see there is a very harmonious relationship with the family here. And then she says, I don't know how people come over here. I will feel very lonely. I can't do that. I take my hats off to people who move over. I would miss my family and friends too much. It's terrible to be lonely. And especially if someone's dead. So maybe you get used to it, but it's hard. If I'm home, I meet a girlfriend at a coffee shop. I don't let myself get in that situation. I like to be with people. So I don't like being lonely. So she's again emphasized this part about family and being with them and not being lonely. my kids never missed out on me not being there. So obviously she was not working. She was always with her kids. And she says, I have to go and join a tennis club. I would go and meet people. I would socialize, or I'll go mad. I drink too much. Drugs would ruin their lives. So join the art gallery. So I don't know. She was talking about kids who would go mad, or people who are lonely would go mad, would drink too much, would get into drugs and ruin their lives. So socializing actually keeps her sanity. She said, I would join an art gallery or do whatever, but I'll never be lonely and I'll never be without contact, and I would miss my friends and family. So this is a very strong symptom of her case now. So she says, I still meet my school friends since I was 5 years old, and I was desperate to get married because I didn't want to be on my own. I wanted kids and I wanted to recreate another life. I wanted to watch them grow, and I like that relationship. It's fun, the social skills, the life, the people. And then she went on to talk about other things she loves. Or possibly I asked her a question, family is one thing we understand, anything else. And then she talks about patchwork and joining things together, making new things, photos, cooking, listening to music, and love traveling. And then somehow she talks about traveling, and there is a space which I give here, which I try and mark it in my notes, that this is the point I stopped, and then what comes later, because that's a very interesting way of knowing how you evolve with your case taking. And then she says, I love to see how other cultures are. I know she went to India, and then she talks about the Taj Mahal, which was so beautiful, and how exciting it is. And because I like talking, I've always been a chatterbox, and I love these different fascinating diets people have. I love to try new food and the excitement of traveling. And then she says, if it's not safe, I won't do it, because I love to be in safer places. I don't like drugs and shady people because I'm not comfortable. Now, here she stops. And if initially, or many years back, I would have just asked for some other question and something else and, gone. But somewhere I realized this was the opposite pole of her, wanting people, and then what it is, not having people around. And she doesn't want to go there, because last time she said, I don't have any fears. So possibly there is a compensation there. So here I give her a space, which I would never have done before. And I just sort of tried and just connected with her and just waited, which was weird to me before, but now I just thought maybe that's what it is. And then it's something very interesting. She says, example, there's a crowd of teenagers. They might threaten you or attack your wallet or phone, and I won't want to walk overseas where there aren't people. You read it on TV or read about it. And I don't know if I would go to Morocco because it's unsafe for me, and I would like to see it. And my girlfriend went backpacking, but I stayed and married Nick because I thought I would love that more, because people give you that security. There is a safety in numbers. And I like to visit and travel, but I like to come back to my home, my refuge, and my heaven. So that for me summed up the entire thing. It got me back to where I wanted to, and the case came to a complete circle. So she loves to get out, do her traveling, do her socializing, explore, adventure, but she wants to come back to a safe home. And this for me was the key for her case, and that was for me the remedy. So yes, only repetrization would have got me these remedies, as I said, calcarb, Rustox, Lyco, phosphorus, Calicarb, and it would be calcarb before if I was just going to sort of work around these remedies. But because of that fine tuning and that extra space and that really unfolding which happened, I could add another facet, and that was for me the remedy then, which was Calc-Force. So that was the remedy given. It was given in a 200 potency, I think, repeated over as and when required. She did very well. The inflammation cleared up pretty soon. New lesions weren't affected, new joints weren't affected, and I spoke to her for about a year and she remained well until then. So that was the last time I spoke with her. So we have a follow-up of about 1 year for her. So that was it. I hope that helped you understand the way what space means and what it means to give to your patients, and hope it helps you in your own practice too. Thank you very much. I look forward to see you next time with another new blog. Bye-bye.